And let's jump into it right away. I think we're probably gonna have to switch colors though. I think we're probably gonna use red for running. Because it's playing purple, purple and teal. Over here it's gonna be kind of hard to tell apart, so I'm just going to put him in red. And we are just going to leave D3rp in teal. Alternatively, we could have moved D3rp to the blue color, but then blue and purple was still going to be kind of rough, right?
Oh.
Anyway, oh boy. That is a very rough start for D3rp over here already. Let's fix the scoreboard over here really quickly as well. D3rp. There we go. And running, we are going to use the flags for each player. And then make sure that I do not make any mistakes over here. So D3rp's Dutch, right? I think. And run is German. There we go. I think this is correct. Yes, okay. So, Britons and Aztecs. It's gonna take some time for us to see much of anything over here, for us to get much of any action. And let's enable the predictions as well. You're going to have plenty of time to get your predictions going. Question is, who wins game number 1, of course, and option 1 will be D3rp, actually. And option 2 is gonna be running. Winnie the Clown and the Wallhalla. And yeah, you're getting one. And if rumors are true, we might be getting more than one over here. Match command seems to be working well, so D3rp is 2k2, running is 2k4. Fantastic. What you seeing already? Ah, yeah, right. Nice. It's really good for D3rp as well. When with Aztecs over here, he can utilize Eagle Scout to collect the boars, and then he can just garrison. Since there is not too much over here that you'll be able to scout for, you can get away with this. He can go for this one. He can go for the next one as well. He's done a good job for the most part. And then running on the other hand, won't be able to do the same, so he actually does need to send the villagers out. With the extra resources Aztecs begin with over here, that's going to make their economy even stronger, of course. They get 3 extra resources that they can carry with villagers per trip for free, so it's kind of like half wheelpower. And not even having to go out to collect the boars is really good. He's going for the second one now. He's gotta wait a little bit though. This is a little bit too early. Gotta wait for the board to go down to 150 or so. Okay, he's going for it right away. It's alright. And then he'll just heal the scout up in the TC, right? So he begins with extra gold. He gets villages who can carry extra resources. Now he's got the eagle over here collecting the boars. Yeah, and he can just garrison the eagle and just stay there. It's only in the castle age onwards that you'll really need to get some vision around the map, so that should provide him with enough time to get the eagle up to a pretty healthy amount of HP as well. Guys, you know what? The previous series, the first series, it was 1 hour and 30 minutes or so. And it was 4 games, right? So it was not too long. If this one is about an hour and a half or so, and let's say that it's 4 games or potentially 3 games, we'll see. Then we might be able to cover all 4 sets today. And after this one, we'll start going for recorded games. And we are going to do Dragon Star versus Cloud first, because I guess it really depends. If Running vs. D3rp is already over, and the other series is still going on, then we are going to go for Dragon Star versus Cloud, right? So that we can catch it from the very beginning. If this is actually over past the concurrent set, then we might be able to cast that one instead. Kingstone versus, I don't remember who else it was that he was fighting against. Kingstone versus who? Valis, right? Kingstone versus Valis. Yeah, we could cover that one and then leave Dragon Star versus Cloud for the last one. PH is already on the way for D3rp, going after 24 population. Balas! Yeah. So we'll see which series is over first, of course. Thank you so much for all the follows today, guys. Hope you're enjoying. And big shout out, of course, to enmipho and JonSlow for making the tournament possible, as we wouldn't have it if it weren't because of them. Here's matchup of a mystery player in Val's versus a certified clown in Kingston. I think I'm going to use that as a YouTube title. Yeah, screw it. Let's check. I don't think he managed to get the full HP back, right? No. He's just getting some scouting information over here. It's fine. He just wants to know what's on the other side of the wall. Hello, Dan. How are you doing? Hi. Welcome back. Hope you're doing all right. Seriously though, we know Vaz is a big time Black Forest pro, but we have no idea about him otherwise. Oh, check that out! This is what you were talking about. He's trapping the wolf over there, meanwhile Running's taking the walls down like a player with villagers. So Castle Age is here and Running's going for the castle right away in the monastery. Wow! He's gonna start collecting the relics, of course, but it's very interesting to see. And meanwhile D3rp, he's, come on, man. Freaking micro nerd. Let me take a look at the APM. Yeah, it's pretty high. It's pretty high, not gonna lie. It's really good. It's got 2 monasteries coming out right away. Back to back. There we go. Why is he still building the palaces though around the walls? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Monk's coming out over here from D3rp, and Running is just going for the archers. Lombo man. He hasn't really gotten a fletching yet. He doesn't really have blocking arrow. He's coming out though. He's got a Lombo over there. He's coming back as he gets pushed away by the monk, and D3rp is going to end up collecting the relic over here. Should be able to. We see the conversion coming up, and it's not connecting as the scout ends out taking the monk right down. And we're actually missing a bunch of upgrades over here. Only now Sanctity is coming up. Yeah, there we go. So now he can actually go for the conversion, but Ronnie's taking away the relic in front of D3rp's monk. Oh man, it feels bad. He got beat to it by the competition. And yeah, his religion is not going to be quite as influential anymore. This is really good because by collecting that relic plus the 3 relics that he's got guaranteed back home, that's going to be 4 relics versus only 2. So that should be twice the relic count for Running. However, we do have 66%. Actually, no, I think it's 33%, right? That the relics produce faster for Aztec. So that's going to be worth about 2.66 relics as opposed to just 2. But it's just peanuts. In any case, you cannot go for monks versus Britons. Well, it seems like you can. We'll see if he can get away with it. He's got 5 monks already, and he's getting fervor in as well. Fantastic.
Okay.
It's stabilized for the most part. They're obviously cannot really push with these monks as long as the castle's there. So if he wants to get the push going, I'm assuming he wants to, given that he was on 3 freaking monasteries, he needs to go for a siege workshop on one of the sides and start chipping at the wall, chipping away at the wall. If he's able to break through one of the sides, then Ron is just going to hold on over here forever because he's got the 2nd TC already up and he's going for the 3rd TC. Ron should be getting ahead in economy quite a bit. There seems to be making a play for the Imperial Age though. This is very slow and extremely passive. By the time he gets to the Imperial Age, Ron's economy is going to be much better, of course. And without a castle over here, Derp won't be able to go for treasures. Although he's been collecting some stone, it seems like we are going to get some. Yeah, we are going to get a castle come up very soon. Interesting. Alright, the castle's coming up as there clicks up to the Imperial Age. There we go.
Ready. Yay.
See the conversions coming in. That is a lot of lombos over there. And he's using just 1 to the conversions. Make that 2. And the counter conversions coming out. 3 actually. He's targeting 2 more still, but there's a counter conversion connecting over here. And yeah, in the end, both players are going to try to target each other's monks. And of course, they're utilizing the converted units. And in the end, he does end up getting them down. So this, I think that was actually a pretty decent trade for Derp in the end. Even if he ended up losing a few monks over here, he was able to get some of the lombos down. He got the monks down, and he actually managed to keep a decent amount of monks himself. He reduced the army count of Ryan as well, so this is actually really good. Once he gets to the Imperial Age, now that he's got the castle up, we're gonna see trebuchets coming out from Derp. He'll go and take the castle down, and then, yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
Should be able to go past the castle, right? And given Running has been going for lombos for the most part, losing the castle over here would be actually kind of tragic. As I was saying earlier though, this has given Running a lot of time to get ahead in villager count, and his economy is so much stronger right now. 74 to 39 workers. That is 35 additional workers for Running already. He's got almost twice the worker count compared to there. Plus the fact that he's producing from 3 TCs and they're producing just from 1 means that Running should actually be able to get to twice the villager count, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be there very soon actually. And Derp, well, Derp is really forced into making the push work over here. He really needs it to work. So we have a second Cherisha coming out over here. His economy is kind of on the edge. Let's check. He's going after the castle. The castle's going down for sure. We see Theocracy coming in right now as well. I think he got Illumination already. So he's been going for all the upgrades over here. How many has he gotten? So he's gotten 3 past Sanctity. He's gotten Yeah, illumination. I'm pretty sure. 2 more. Yeah, fervor. With the accuracy over here, these are so much stronger as well. So there we go. 3 Troches out, and D3rp, he's going for it. I'm just going to keep an eye on the APM to see the conversions. Holy crap though, 200! Are you kidding me? Okay, that is the highest that I have ever seen. That is past Sebastian's levels. I'm not really sure if that was just for the moment that he was control grouping the monks over here, or that is going to become a constant. I guess that's probably just when trying to assign control groups to the monks and then trying to go after the actual conversions. I think I just switched to the APM view just at the correct time, but yeah. Much I like everybody right now from running. He's been massing these up on the back. 2, 3, 4, 5 stables as a matter of fact, and he's coming in. He's coming in. He's going right after the monks, and we're gonna see the monks trying to get the conversions over here. Let's see if he can lay the conversions over there. His APM is going to go higher as he tries to target the different units, but he's trying to go for the gates over here as well to keep the monks safe, but he's not gonna be able to connect this, so now he's going out to the conversions, but is that going to work out? How many monks do we have, and how many light cavalry do we have? Actually, this is looking much stronger for the monks now, isn't it? Yeah, especially on the back over here, close to the castle. He does end up saving most of the monks, or at the very least a good chunk of these 9 monks still available for D3rp to push with, and no light cavalry have gone down from running. If he can keep on pushing over here, it could be really strong. He has gone for spearmen, but he doesn't have really the means to go for pikemen yet. But we'll see, you know, if he spots this on time. And I imagine he's got block printing already, right? Yeah. If he spots the push on time over here, actually might be able to get away with the conversions on the light cavalry. Obviously, there's a few ways the running can play this. He can send the light cavalry forward. He can try to bait the conversions from the monks, then go back and send the lombos in to try and get the monks down while they are still trying to target the scouts. But that's assuming that D3rp is not paying attention. If D3rp is paying attention, then he's in a much better spot. This second castle is going to make it so much harder as well for running to get a good trade over there. Oh, the choke point! He cannot utilize it. He's going back towards the castle once again. And this castle is going to get denied. And this is such a rough position for D3rp. It's going to end up losing a lot of these monks over here. Let's take a look at just the standard, stats over here. As the castle gets denied, and that was a ballsy attempt, but as the castle gets denied, D3rp ends up losing a bunch of villages over here, which he cannot really afford given his current situation, economically speaking. And yeah, you know, D3rp is gonna be left with 9 monks again, and running. Once again, going for more light cavalry. The problem over here is that the production potential is so much higher for running. It's really rough. Alright. The quick walls are coming in a little bit better now. I do not really like this from D3rp, that he keeps on just sending the monks back over here. He's getting some light cavalry down, but he's also losing some monks in the process, and running is gonna be able to go for light cavalry forever, so it's... I really wish that he would actually try and convert the units, because with all the upgrades he's got, the monks over here are actually very strong. They are very tanky. Imagine he managed to get like 10 conversions over here, all of a sudden he's got an actual army of light cavalry. More quick walls coming up. That's a beautiful, beautiful play from D3rp. He's going to end up getting some of the conversions over here. Well played. With the accuracy as well, he can keep on going for more too. Yeah, he's getting away with this. Is he? This is open now. I see more conversions coming up. Many of the monks still have a faith over here, so with the accuracy, he can group convert, and he can also just go for individual conversions. About 7 scouts left over here from the Britain player. We take a look at D3rp, and he's only managed to get... Well, he's only managed to hold on to like 6 light cavalry, right? And Running's producing from 6 stables, man. This is really rough for D3rp. Running's just spamming light cavalry. He doesn't care. He can get converted all day. He doesn't care. He can go for more light cavalry, and they've been struggling to get ahead the military count. Even with the conversions connecting over here, it's very, very rough for the teal player. There we go. More conversions coming up. I like to see this. The actual conversion attempts. He's got 17 monks, so he can go for it. It's kind of difficult though, mind you. Even for D3rp to micro this amount of monks, and you can see that his APM is not quite as high anymore. Very nice rates coming out right now from running. Well, interestingly enough, D3rp has kept on going for more villagers for the entire game, but still, running is going to end up on over twice the villager count over here compared to D3rp. And the monk play is clearly not working anymore, with all the villagers going down over here and the monks just not being high enough in numbers to even hold on against the push. It's looking pretty much over. Even the castle foundation over here is taking damage from the light cavalry, and running doesn't even seem like he needs to go up to the Imperial Age in order to take this one. He's going for Yeoman right now as well, which is just going to make it that much harder for D3rp to do anything. So D3rp calls GG. And that's going to be game number 1, going in favor of running. Let's pay the predictions off and take a look at the achievements as well. Very, very unfortunate game for Mr. D3rp, and Running's going to get away with it. So who wins game number 1? Running's going to be the winning option. There we go. Let's take a look at the achievements then. For military, we get a good KD for Running actually, which is great. The conversion desertion ratio was much better for D3rp at 44-1, but given the amount of monks that he lost himself, it was definitely not worth it. Monks, he lost, of course, a lot of light cavalry. But that's going to be converted to light cavalry, so it's not too bad. Many of these, though, the 114 units lost, were monks. A lot of them, as a matter of fact. And how many? Well, we can take a look at that really quickly. If we checked the summary screen over here, we'll see that D3rp has gone for 56 monks throughout the game, and he is left on 9. So, that tells you that he lost 47 monks throughout the game, which is almost 5,000 resources down the drain for him. Strong society for Running, surprising absolutely no one. Now D3rp's gonna have to clutch it up in game number 2. I'm gonna use red for Mr. Running. There we are. And there we are going to keep him in teal. I think this is good, right? Alright. Let's go then in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Just gonna go 2x to try and catch up over here a little bit, but not too much. So D3rp's playing Cumans, Running's playing Bengalis. For these civilizations, Running's going to begin with Bengalis. Actually, he's not going to begin with much of anything, but once he goes up to the next stage, he's going to get some extra villagers. This is a very interesting civilization as well. I believe Bengalis are the ones who get like 25% faster attacking skirmishers and elephant archers, right? Let me take a look. No, that is not them. That is Dravidians, I think. Elephant units receive 25% less bonus damage and are more resistant to conversions. Town center spawn 2 villages when the next stage is reached. And then the ships regenerate HP per minute and the monks get extra armor. That's really good. Predictions? Yeah. Sure. Who wins game number 2? You have 5 minutes. There we go. Same options. For anybody who might not be familiar with this map, which I don't think has been too popular in the tournament, let me take a look. Jungle Rumble. Actually, it's been the 4th most popular map in the tournament. But yeah, for anybody who might not be familiar with the map, the players are going to begin at the center area, divided by walls and in a gold rush like area in between both bases. They are also kind of divided from, or they are separated from the rest of the map by a layer of trees that they need to chop through. And then outside the trees, they do begin with some extra villages. So this is a very interesting and kind of out of the box map. On the right hand side, Derp's collecting free food. So zebras, he's got some goats over there. Meanwhile, on the left hand side, Ryan is actually going for stone. Interesting, from very early on. All right. This was the one submitted to RMS Cap 2 as well, no? Yes, it was a runner-up for the top 10, actually. And I'm pretty happy that it's already found a place in Wallhalla.
What?
There we go. Village is coming out for Derp so much faster. Shouldn't really surprise anyone, given just how humans are played. We'll see a second TC come up as soon as he gets up. Definitely has its place in a closed map tourney. Buzzardrown and Marintho have been beast modding out maps. Yeah. A little bit of a scout engagement over here, though. Oh, it's going in favor of Derp, but yeah, from getting to the village so much faster, of course. Meanwhile, the auto scout from Derp actually took a lot of damage itself. And where's the scout from running? Wow, running scout actually is lower HP than Derp over here. So Derp's been getting better engagements overall. As we see a villager come forward from running, and we see the scout come forward from running as well, he's going to spot the TC. Not right away, he's roaming around with the villager, and you know that would be a fantastic position for him to go for a tower right away if he knew about the TC coming up, as he would end up denying wood income. But he hasn't really spotted the TC, unfortunately, and yeah, he's going for walls instead. Interesting. Just gonna try to wall. So he's walled the left-hand side towards the south, and now he's walled the right-hand side towards the north. But if he realizes about the TC over here, that'll be a fantastic location for the tower, given that he's been collecting some stone already. He's got a surplus. Scout should go uphill and attack the house from there. Running already had gotten a villager, right? So yeah, Derp's going to bail. Dalbit axe on the way now for Derp. Yeah, there we go, and the walls are coming up, so Ryan's getting away with it. This isn't doing too much for him. On the right-hand side, this will potentially prevent Derp from getting access to his extra villagers, so Ryan is kind of trapping these villagers out, so to say. But yeah, this isn't going to give him too much extra surface area. This is just going to prevent Derp from connecting the rest of his economy. But the way the Capture H interface has changed a bit, you get the Civ logo just by the player flags. How recent is that? It's about a week old, I think, maybe? Or something like that. Yeah, I think I saw it for the first time on Tuesday. I don't remember what was the first day that I streamed this week. If it was Tuesday or Wednesday. But yeah, they updated it. It was basically the day before the new patch came out for Age of Empires. It looks good. I really wish they had an option, like a checkbox or something, to utilize a mask so that you can have this follow the same shape as the scoreboard. Otherwise, it kind of clashes a little bit, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, Kim's not really ahead in villager count yet. Yeah, only 3 extra villagers. He's not really gotten a lot of extra idle TC time, but of course, this is going to start getting significantly higher, especially by the time Ryan eventually goes up to the Castle Age himself. I was mobile until 10 minutes ago. It really helped me pick up the civilization. It's a good addition. Like the civilization badges. These are about the same size as they are by the player's name. But they are larger if you disable the flags. They take the whole space. Anyway. Castle it's coming up now for running. Easier to pick out there with a quick glance? Ah, right. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, everything's in the same spot.
What?
There runs out of berries over here, starts going for farms. And this is the moment he starts pulling ahead of village account significantly as running's going up to the castle age, and D3rp is able to keep both DCs running. Well, he's going to have enough of a time window over here to get a 12 villager lead by the time running gets to the castle age, and if running goes for extra TCs, he should be able to play for catching up, but that would be obviously not ideal because D3rp's going to be on his way to the castle age very soon, where he could be able to have a third TC. Instead, Run is going to go for a castle. And interesting, I don't think I have seen Bengalis get away with a with a Rathas play on anything other than Fortress. So yeah, Smush makes sense over here. But he's been collecting a lot of stones, so we're gonna see a castle come up. Okay. University's on the way. Wait! It's going up to the Imperial Age. Interesting. Monks and Rathas. Alright. There's not something I was expecting over here. Curiously enough, because it's something that we actually saw in the past already from, like, I think, Bohemians, right? On this map, we saw them actually go for this quite a bit. Fast imp into a monk push. But was not really expecting necessarily from running. Alright, alright. Beautiful. Imperial Age is on the way. As D3rp is only going up to the Castle Age right now. This is very interesting. The last time that I saw Kumas on this map, they won, but it was against a Bohemian all-in push. And this time around, it's going to be running, going for... yeah, monks over here, Rathas. He's going for the castle on the back, though, or in front of his base, but still not really out. So that means he won't be able to secure too much of this to speak of. Interesting. Oh crap! Oh shoot! Oh damn it! Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Oh damn it! I ran out by accident. The application that I used to do it on my phone hides the status bar, so I wanted to check. I heard a notification and I wanted to check if it was something important. And I just tried to draw the you know, the notification area down, and I accidentally touched the button. RIP. Sorry about that. We are just going to wait for the commercial break to be over. Damn it. Well, we are not going to run out. We're not going to run one in between this one and the next one, the next game. I'll tell you that much. Five, 4, okay. There we go. Are we back? I think everyone should be back now. I'm sorry about that, everyone. That was a misclick. I accidentally, or a mistap, I guess. I accidentally tapped the add button on my phone. It's my bad. I just paused the game, so you have not missed on anything. Don't worry, we're not going to have an ad between this and the next one, of course. Anyway, as the Castle Age is here already for D3rp, he's going for a 30C to protect these villagers and keep on working towards his economy. Meanwhile, Running on the other hand, he's still on his way to the Imperial Age. You haven't missed much of anything. He's got Rathos coming out and monks. So it's going to be... yeah, triple monastery. Let's see, Running can show D3rp how to lay conversions. Precisely in this map, how are the villagers on the outside? They haven't chopped through. You do begin with villagers on the outer side already. You get 2 villagers out, and then the rest of your economy is going to be inside. So we see the conversions coming up over here. Oh, and he gets the conversion. D3rp actually ends up converting the Rathas, getting the village down from Running. Yeah, and Running's smush over here, which isn't really much of a smush without any siege. He's going for it now, though. He's going for the trap, but his monk push over here actually, yeah, ran into D3rp's own monks. This is like the Coyote trying to go after the Roadrunner into his own trap. Beautiful. Extra monks coming out now as D3rp's gotten 2 monasteries up. He's gonna start going for some light cavalry. And Running's going for attunement right now with some good unit control. D3rp might be able to compensate for that. Should be able to compensate for this. Attunement's coming up now for D3rp as well. Sanctity. Yes, and we see Atonement coming out for Running as well. So it's going to be a clown show match over here. The difference, of course, is that being in the Castle Age means that D3rp does not really get access to some of the upgrades that Running's got. So Running, for instance, he's already been able to go for block printing, right? Which is simply not available in the Castle Age for D3rp. Conversions coming up. Yeah, he's gonna be respectable of this. Just gotta be careful. As we see the conversions coming up, he's going to start converting the TL units since earlier because of the extra range. But in the end, is it going to be better though? We see the light cavalry coming up over here, and even though the conversions ended up connecting for Running for the most part, we see 1 monk over here that D3rp's going to convert from Running, and the light cavalry come forward, you know, in hopes of getting the monks down. And for the most part, yeah, they'll get some of the monks down over here. All of the monks, actually, no monks left from Running forward. But he does end up coming out on top in terms of military over here, with the light cavalry being converted over. And still more Rathas compared to the converted Rathas from D3rp. Interestingly enough though, D3rp should be able, given his strong economy right now, much stronger economy, might be able to go up to the Imperial Age sometime soon and try to match Running for some of the upgrades over here. But yeah, Running's still gonna keep on trying. Was it on TV here? I'm sorry about that, Bailo. To be fair though, those cartoons were not my favorite. The Hanna-Barbera ones in the like the Coyote, Tom and Jerry. Like, it was alright, but it wasn't the best. At the very least, not for me. Nice picks. He's going after the monks once again. He's going to end up getting the monks down. Well played. And we'll see the conversions coming out right now from D3rp. He's going after it, but the light cavalry is coming over, so we might see the monks go down over there, as D3rp was not paying attention. He does end up losing both these monks to light cavalries. To 1 light cavalry even. Here we are. Oh, we have light cavalry actually from D3rp on the left-hand side. He doesn't end up taking both these villages down. How did he get through? Did he destroy finally the walls over here? Wait. Oh no, he's already chopped through the right-hand side. He's gone for stables. That makes sense. He's got a monastery on the back as well. Maybe a castle. With the trebuchet over here, a castle is not really going to do too much from D3rp, so running's looking strong still. Yeah. D3rp's defense was pretty decent, especially at the very beginning, but ultimately, running manages to do what D3rp was unable to do in game number 1 and makes the monk play work over here. Plus, he's keeping the trebuchets alive, he's defending these units really well. He's going for redemption right now as well, just in case we get like a magnet or something. But also will allow him to convert the stables and the houses over here so that he can delete those and keep on moving further forward. Yeah, you know, and D3rp is much better in population. He's got almost twice the population compared to running, but he's under a lot of pressure, and we have some great momentum over here for running. That is a big ass light cavalry army actually coming over though. Take on Ripart's army, and we'll see if he ends up taking this. We do have the Rathas over there, but they're going to be in a very small amount. Only 6 Rathas. They are going down right now. We have 3 trebuchets, and all the Rathas are getting taken down. So running calls a GG. And D3rp's defenses, which he spent some time massing up, end up working really well. Did I say Ripart? Sorry. Yeah, running. So let's update. Oh, let's actually pay out the prediction first. D3rp ends up taking this one, so it's going to be 1-0, and let's go and take a look at the achievements. There we are. Very good KD for D3rp. In the end, it's going to be better than 2-1, especially given how many monks he got. That was pretty good. For society, we have a stronger work account for D3rp. Of course, he was also much later to the Imperial Age. He was not going to be there anytime soon, but yeah, he did real well. APM, sure. Significantly higher for D3rp this game as well. 96 average APM. With a peak of 198 as well. Well done. So we have a contestant for the fastest player over here. You go for it, guys, and welcome everyone to the next game of the series. This is on Fortress, of course, so we do have Chinese. We do have Hindustanis. And the game is going to be pretty uneventful at the very least for the first little bit, right? Until we get to the Castle Age. And what to expect over here? Well, running playing with Chinese is going to have an incredible civilization for this map. First off, the extra villages he begins with, plus the fact that he already begins on a working economy, means that he's able to minimize the idle TC time that Chinese usually get at the very beginning of the game. That allows him to stay ahead in villager count. So he's already 3 villages ahead. It's going to remain there, so his economy is really strong. Plus, Chinese are a very versatile, strong civilization in basically all stages of the game. They are just overall very solid. And D3rp, on the other hand, playing with the Hindustanis over here, we saw this matchup already before. And yeah, Chinese are super versatile. But you know what? I'm not 100% sure. If I'm liking the Hindustanis over here too much. Like, they are good. They're going to have much stronger camels compared to Chinese, for instance. They're going to have longer range hand cannons to take on pikemen, for instance, right? So they do have some options, and also they save resources by producing villages for cheaper. But yeah, we'll see. Guns will be the key to their win or loss. Yeah, and Gulam are also a fantastic unit over here. High pierce armor, high mobility. Can be really good. I guess adding another castle or 2 fast, then go Gulam plus bombard cannon. That sounds really good, actually. There wouldn't be too much that, you know, Chinese would be able to do about that, right? Even if we have extra projectiles for the two canoes to potentially take on the golem, and the bombard cannons are going to keep on just zoning the units out or potentially taking them down. So, sounds about, well, it sounds sound. Sounds good. And running well wouldn't really have too many options against that. Obviously, he's got a very versatile civilization, but that's one thing they are going to struggle against. Bombard cannons they do not get access to and cannot really counter easily. So yeah. Missing down just a tad? Sure. Let me know if it's better there. Village is already on the way for D3rp. And running. Yeah, run's going up to the fuel H on 23 population already. He's going up a little bit sooner, so just fast castle. That's going to be the case for D3rp, of course. We are not really expecting to see anything other than that, of course. Or just mashing your vocals and game music together. Alright. Hopefully it's better now. Here we go. Six nine in chat. Yeah, I'm really sure I never really pay attention to that too much, but nice to point out. Hard to get any better than that, right? Anyway, Castle H is going to be here a little bit sooner for running. He's still holding on to a 2-villager lead. Going up 25 seconds faster means that, or 21 seconds faster means he's going to be able to still hold on to his 3-villager lead. While D3rp, on the other hand, well, not so much. D3rp is going up a little bit later, so that means the running is going to get away with the extra TCs. He's collecting some of the stone over here, so we'll see second and third TC coming out, right? If you want to get information about the match, by the way, limited power, you can do hashtag match as opposed to exclamation mark match. And that's going to give you information for both the players and the civilizations and whatnot. There we go. That's coming courtesy of Happy Leaves. Same creator of the Spectator dashboard, he's implemented a bot for streamers, which is very much appreciated. There's a bunch of things you can do. If you want to get information about a specific player, you can also do hashtag in that player's name, like hashtag running, for instance. Yeah, hashtag viewers, hashtag event as well, which I think, or hashtag drafts as well, which is going to give you the codes for each draft. It's really good. There's a bunch of stuff over there that I wasn't even aware of, and I'm pretty sure that I'm still missing some commands. But anyway, as expected, running does get to the Castle H faster. Second and third TC is already on the way, and D3rp, as soon as he gets to the Castle H, goes for the exact same thing. Bolsa coming out for Ryan as well, so this economy's gonna be good. We see Bolsa coming out right now for D3rp as well. From this point onwards, it's not going to be quite as big of a lead for Chinese anymore. However, up until this point, if we take a look at the gather economy time, Chinese managed to get about 22 minutes of extra gather economy time, which is going to be worth about 400 resources or so. No Chikanu's coming out, no Gulam's coming out. Seems like both players will just make a play for economy. I'm pretty curious though, who's going to be the first one trying to go after monasteries, or after the relics rather. Who's going to be the first to add a monastery into the mix? No one for the time being. Probably just focusing on getting the farms up and setting their economy to produce villages from 3 TCs. Gulam versus Chukanu, who wins? Well, the Chukanu, they get extra projectile. They are a little bit better compared to standard archer units against high pierce armor units. The Gulam are also very high mobility, and if I'm not wrong, I don't think they are too pricey, right? I think it should be pretty cost effective for the Gulam still. But I don't actually remember the cost of the unit. Oh, there we go. No. Oh, yeah. It's a monastery. Let's go. So, he'll make a play for the relics. He's going for the first Golem over here just to get a little bit more map control. He's going to have 2 units as opposed to just the 1 scout. And running still hasn't gone for the monastery whatsoever. This could be really good for D3rp. He might end up collecting all the relics over here. Let's gonna try. We'll see.
आपकी सेवा में
They have a bot on the Castle H AP. Wait, what? Anyway. Yeah, the economy is properly set up for everyone already. As all 3 TCs are working for both these players for the most part. We're gonna see about the same villager elite for running. It should like stay consistent for the most part. Is that what you're talking about towards the bot for finding the match? Is it on the Castle H app? Are you talking like a phone app, something like that? I don't know what that is about. I haven't heard about that before. Sorry. I was talking about the spectator dashboard spot on the PC. Oh, Castle H app. I'm not really sure what the Castle H app is, but I was talking about the spectator dashboard, which you can get access to by doing !! dashboard. But yeah, the same guy who made that website also implemented the bot that works with the hashtag commands. It's pretty good. Nice snipe over here from running. He took already a villager and a monk, so that's pretty darn decent. And I still think we have all 5 relics up for grabs, right? Yeah. He sent the monk over the left-hand side to try and collect this one. Then there's going to be the 2nd one, 3rd one, 4th one, 5th one. Yeah, I don't know about this. Actually, I think he would have ended up losing the scout over there still, and running would have been able to walk away still. In any case, the relic's coming in already. If we take a look at running's point of view, he knew where the relic was, and now he can see that the relic's missing in the minimap, so he might be able to go up. Oh, wait a moment. Hold on. In the latest patch, they said they had changed some things up so the resources wouldn't disappear in scouted areas that do not have actual vision currently. Do you know that actually includes relics as well? Or not? Because if he cannot see that the relic's gone from here, then he doesn't know that the monk's already taken it. From our point of view, it looks like he cannot see it anymore, but that's from capture. I'm not really sure if in the game it actually looks like that or not. Has anyone tried that? Have you noticed the relics disappear from the Fall of War? Still in the latest patch? Yeah, it didn't comment too much on the fail one over here either. It's still like, okay, so you can still see when the relic disappear from the Fall of War. Alright. That's kind of awkward. But it's whatever. We have 4 TCs now for running as well. You can see the relic's gone. Right. RIP. That's something else that, you know, technically should get fixed at some point. but it's something that's already kind of part of the game now. I'm very sure some people are going to not be too happy about that they do end up removing it. Regardless though, Running is gonna be the first player to get into the Imperial Age. He's collecting some of the relics now himself as well. He's been able to get 2 so far, as a matter of fact. And now he's going for the 3rd one. Meanwhile, we have, yeah, the 2nd relic coming in from D3rp very soon. Despite him being the first player going for a monastery and going for monks, he's going to end up on the least relics from both these players. Just escape on D3rp dunking on Running there. What happened elsewhere? What is Running doing? He's sending a monk over the left-hand side. Let me take a look at the game's point of view. Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's going after. There's nothing there. Anyway. Oh, this outpost? Or castle's coming up now for Running as well. D3rp's going up to the Imperial Age himself finally. There we are. So, once again, the Chukanus with their extra projectiles are going to be much better compared to standard range units against these high pierce armor units. However, when you are getting caught up like this, it's pretty rough. In the end, he ends up getting pushed back over here, and we are going to see, yeah, the 2nd castle come up behind the walls for Running, which is not what he was planning for before. And D3rp gets away with taking all the Chukanus down, and he's got a decent amount of Ghulams over here, plus with the 2nd castle coming up. The Ghulam play seems like it's real, seems like it's going to be very strong, and we just need some siege to go with it. Once it gets to the Imperial Age, we are going to get the siege that we need. It could be in the form of bombard cannons or trebuchets, of course. I think it's going to open up with trebuchets, then he'll go for bombard cannons. He wants to get the castle down ASAP over here for sure. Don't like the knights? Yeah, with the monks over here from D3rp already, knights are a little bit of a risky choice for sure. Won't really be able to engage head on. So D3rp's already gone for Grand Trunk Road. He's going for Conscription, he's going for Blast Furnace and Elite Ghulam. And there we go, we have Cavalier right now from Running, but the conversions are coming in and he does get one of the Cavalier now. With all these Ghulam coming forward. Running's forced back into his castle for defense. Fantastic. We're back at only missed 2 games. Yeah, not too bad. 3rd castle on the way. You can clearly see Running banking more and more into Chukanus. Chemistry is coming up. The Pikeman upgrade just finished researching for D3rp as well, and he's got Blast Furnace about to finish researching. Meanwhile, Running is going for Plate Bardin Armor against the Ghulam. This is going to be good. Plate Bardin Armor, of course. And now as we get Pikeman over here, this could be really good for D3rp as well. Depends on how he goes about playing this. The problem is that the Ghulam are a very mobile unit. If you're going to mix in your Pikemen in with the Ghulam, it's going to make it harder for your opponent to pick up specifically the Pikemen and prevent taking additional damage with the Cavalier, right? But the problem with that is that the Ghulam is so much faster, so if you want to keep the army kind of mixed up, your Pikemen are going to delay your Ghulam quite a bit. It's election day today, so I'm really anxious. Wait, because Bannon didn't the elections take place like yesterday? Or are you picking like senators and that kind of stuff? We have 3 trebuchets already from running. And all the Cavalier over here taking on the Gulam. And guess what? They are going to come out on top with the Chikunus over there. Their Gulam are not going to be enough. The meat shield is already fantastic. So as long as he keeps the Cavalier alive over there, the Chikunus are going to shred the units from behind with multiple projectiles. So it's pretty good. Now he's going in, taking the trebuchets down right away. That's 800 resources down the drain, plus all the cost of the Gulams. And Ranin's push over here is looking very strong. He's got some momentum in derp. Unfortunately, he doesn't really manage to get to or to keep too many units alive over here. He does have 3 castles, so Gulam production is stronger than it was before by 50%, but it's gonna take some time for him to get once again to a healthy amount of units. So these kind of unique unit infantry are kind of like eagles. Yeah, it's basically like an eagle as well. They do have spears, but just like an eagle, it's not going well. The eagles, they do have bonus damage against cavalry units. The Gulam, they are not like spearmen. So if you take a look at this one over here, you see that they do not have any bonus damage against cavalry at all. So you need a good amount of units if you want to take on the cavalier over here. Otherwise, it's just not going to be possible. And running, well, he's rolling right now. As he's bringing more trebuchets in as well, he should be able to get the castle down over there very soon. And ideally, he wants to go for more trebuchets and just barrel through the defenses from derp, who's going to end up getting pushed out of here. Yeah, these Gulam are fantastic against range units, like archer type units. They have 6 bonus damage, and we're talking about the elite Gulam over here. And then your usual bonus damage against Eagle that basically all infantry has. Regardless though, that castle is going down very soon. He's going for masonry. He's got a masonry right now. Still the castle should be going down, as now we see pikemen coming in from there. But it's a little bit too late, especially with all the chickens over here. The pikemen shouldn't do too much. But this is what I wanted to see earlier. I wanted to see the pikemen and the Gulam mixed in, so that you do not give your opponent the ability of targeting the pikemen down first and then allow the cavalier to get a clean engagement against the Gulam, right? However, in the end, everything ends up going down. The military count over here for running is significantly higher, and the Chinese are going to remain the top dogs on Fortress over here by the looks of it, with over twice the military count for running compared to derp. Yeah, and a pretty healthy economy to push with as well, and to keep production going with as well. Running's got a 200 population, and derp not quite, still 46 population away from getting to 200 himself. Advanced civilizations, we know how the year difficult to play. Yeah, and that's the case now for Hindustanis, right? It's kind of unfortunate for derp in this situation, I guess. So Ryan's actually making it work with Cavalier, which, to be honest, even without the Gulam, if it were just full-on Cavalier versus Pikemen, obviously the Pikemen are still very cost-effective, but the Cavalier they are still going to be able to take on Pikemen. It's Halberdier that's the real threat, and since the latest patch removed Halberdier for Hindustanis, there doesn't really have a way back into the game, and Rodin takes game number 3 to get a 2-1 lead in the series. I'm just going to pay predictions off, and we'll check what we get for game number 4. But first, let's go through the achievements as usual. For military, we have a stronger military. We have a stronger KD for running. He doesn't get in a 3-2 or so. For economy, instead, we're going to see a stronger economy for running as well, collecting a lot of extra resources, also a faster uptime through and through as well to the feudal, castle, and even the imperial age. And yeah, the worker count was a little bit higher for derp. He saved a bunch of resources going for the units, right? But that's about it. For APM, then finally, yeah, this is really good for derp, of course, compared to running, but It was not... It did not make enough of a difference, right? Sorry about that. There we go, guys. We're gonna try and catch up. We're probably like 1 minute behind or something. But yeah, Poles and Ethiopians is really interesting as well. Ethiopians are a civilization that are going to get a pretty strong game throughout the game, basically. Free resources when going up to the next stage is going to be so good. The pikeman upgrade for free, of course, can be so good, especially against Poles. If we were to see something like Slakta privileges into Nightline push from running, the free pikeman upgrade is going to be a welcome addition to D3rp's repertoire. Besides that, they do have a pretty respectable late game, of course, as they get not only fully upgraded tower ballisters, but they also have good infantry. With the shelter warriors, we get fantastic siege as well, with torsion engines, siege engineers, you know, and basically fully available siege workshops. While Ryan, on the other hand, playing with Poles over here, is going to have also his niceties, so to say, with a very strong economy because of the bulwark. He's gonna have also the ability to make a play for knights or for cavalry in the castle age or late imp, potentially. And with a very strong economy from bulwark cavalry with a 60% gold discount by ways of Slakta privileges can be very strong for Poles as well. There's also the possibility for them to go for a Trush, which we have seen actually most often than not. Every time we see, or most of the times that we see Poles played on this map, I would say maybe 4 out of 5 times, just to be safe over there, they're going to be going forward for a Trush. Interestingly enough, I don't remember a game where we saw Poles, sorry, not going for a Trush. So I'm just saying 4 or 5 out of 5, just to account for the games that I haven't seen. But you know, it's been pretty predictable for the most part. The Ethiopians will show dominate the game here. Yeah, Poles, they kind of taper off as they are missing plate bar and armor, and you know, they don't get pathing either. But yeah, we'll need to see. The Poles get fully upgraded elite skirmishers? They don't. If you take a look at capture H over here for the blacksmith upgrades, you'll notice that ring arch armor is not available for running. I'm actually not 100% sure. I think for everything else, it's fine, right? Because I think they do get thumb ring. And then everything else, they do get for the ranged units. They do get tower ballisters. Just they don't get ring arch armor. For attack, not as much of a big deal. For defense, kind of rough. Not gonna lie. By the way, running is going up to the field age on 22 population, and it's the first time that I witnessed a Pole game on this map where they are not going forward for the Trush. He has been collecting stone, but it seems like it's going to be a fast castle into a castle play. Interesting. And D3rp then, D3rp on the other hand is not making a play for stone whatsoever. He doesn't need to. The castle is not their go-to strat. And yeah, he's just gonna play for a standard fast castle over here, getting the barracks up. I'm really sure if he's going to go for a stable once he gets to the field age, even if Ethiopians don't want to go for cavalry. Could potentially be very good for map control, for instance. So he can make a play for relics in the future, but I guess the archer range would make the more sense. Market, siege workshop, coming up, and Ryan should be on his way to the castle age. This is really quick. This is something that you can get away with Poles because of their unique bonus, where they go for stone miners, and each stone miner is going to collect 0.5 units of gold per each unit of stone that they mine. So you can see that he doesn't really have any gold miners, still he's got gold income. And it's even better than that because he doesn't need to drop the gold just gets teleported. He needs to drop the stone, but he's going to trick a gold very nicely. I have the matchup for D3rp. I think if he's not going to be under too much pressure by the looks of it from running, at the very least not from the get-go. There is no trash coming in. However, running will go for a castle once he gets to the castle age. What I'm curious is if he's going to go for the castle 4, for which he's going to need to start sending villagers very soon. It seems like he's just going to go for the castle back home. But if Derp's not under any pressure, then he should be fine, because once again, Ethiopians will scale better into the later stages of the game. It's just at running, he's got the possibility of putting pressure in the castle age, late castle age and early imperial age as well. It's going to be especially strong for running. Once he sets up a strong enough economy to go for Shlachta privileges and go for knight spam. Early castle age, unlikely they're going to be able to do too much. Mind you, unless we see like a 4 castle or something. Which would be kind of risky, because then Derp will be compelled to play for fast imp, and because he gets extra resources when reaching the next stage, he might be able to get there faster and trap Rani's forward castle down. So it makes sense that Rani's just trying to go for the castle back home. Hey Zlati, hope you're doing well. Too tired to chat, but I can still bet. Hope everyone in chat's doing well. Yeah, the ways of life for once you get a job, right? Too tired when coming back home. I hope you're doing well though. Wait a moment, isn't it Sunday today? It's Sunday. You've been out partying too much yesterday? Taking advantage of the work-free days? They're going outside so little that he doesn't know what day it is. Get out of here, man. It's so real. If it weren't because of tournament dates and show matches and stuff, I probably would have no idea what day it is, what date it is. Sports today. Nice. Nice, Lottie. Sounds great. Do you go for some hoops or something else? Anyway, with the castle age being here for both players, I was expecting Running to go for a castle right away, but he instead went for the second DC. And now he's working towards going for the third DC. This is not something that I am liking too much from Running. He's playing for economy, which is going to be good for Pulse in the later stages of the game, but then the actual military choices he's going to have, especially after we get past like the early Imperial Age, will not be quite as good compared to Derp's. And Derp's going for crossbowman. Interestingly enough, he's the one kind of sticking to 1 TC. Alright, wow. This is actually going kind of the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. Derp's trying to put pressure over here with a very small amount of army in the just 1 TC. And Running, well, Running's going to get away with the stronger economy over here. You know what? This could be really good for Running. This is match point already, and if Derp does not go for extra economy, he's not going to have what he needs to sustain military production once he gets to a better position in the Imperial Age. So Running could go. He's getting the third TC up, right? If he goes for stone still, he could potentially go for a castle once he's gearing up to go up to the Imperial Age. And then with a much stronger economy compared to what Derp's got, once he gets to click out to the Imperial Age, he could go for the castle, he could go for Shlachta privileges, or try to save towards Shlachta privileges and then start going for Cavalier early in the Imperial Age, and that'll be very strong. Especially if Derp is still so far behind in economy, and it seems like it's going to be the case, you know? Derp's got just now the second TC coming up, and when going for archers, he can actually get away with going for more than 1 TC villager production. It's just taking him so long to get the second TC. Up in the north, Derp's got some 4 villagers. He's gonna try and get a 4 siege workshop with, I assume. And let's take a look. We see the conversion coming up over there. He's going to get away with it. Yes, sir. He's getting the villager over here. He can block the other villager as well and get away with the monk. But now we see the scout coming over and the monks. Wow. The monk just got a very intimidating look at the scout, and the scout went down right there. That was sloppy. Run did not need to lose that monk. He could have just blocked the villager. I don't know why he didn't do it. Probably was paying attention to the siege, I guess. As the siege workshop comes up right now for Derp, it's coming up a little bit further back than I would have liked. And with only 1 villager, he could potentially actually end up getting pushed away from here, as Ryan is not having any of it. He is expecting the villager to be trying to put pressure still, so he was going forward over there, but couldn't really spot the villager on time. Already past my bedtime here, so sadly I gotta give the rest of this series a pass. I'll catch it with my morning coffee. Have a good time all. Never end the chat. Thank you. By the sleep well. And the VODs will be available immediately after the stream is over, of course. I'm going to go and highlight the VOD. But anyway, pretty good defense for running. This is really good. And yeah, you know, there is no way. Now the villager's going down over there. And there is no way for D3rp to do much of anything. On the left-hand side, he had a second group of crossbows, but now we have the monk coming in. The mangoes there. That is a great shot! He's getting the crossbow and he's going to clean this up. This is so good for running. What is D3rp doing in this game? I'm so confused. Only now going for the 30C. It seemed as if D3rp didn't really know what to go for. You know, if he was committing to the full military push, if he was committed to it, he would have gone for a much stronger production than this. I think he's still on 1 archer range only, right? This is not good. If he was going for just push, he would need to be on 3 archer ranges at least, then go forward with the siege workshop and just commit to it 1 TC. But then he goes for the second TC, which I guess, alright, he can go for some economy, but still, he needs to produce from more than 1 archer range and he needs to put pressure. I guess he sent the villager forward to go for the siege workshop, right? But yeah, the defense from running was too good. In hindsight, it's quite clear that he should have done something else, but I guess I kind of understand D3rp's approach over here. He didn't want to commit to economy, he didn't want to commit to military, he wanted to go for a little bit of both, but you know, in this position where you're already behind by a point and this match point, you're about to get knocked out of the qualifiers, I guess you kind of got to commit to one thing or the other, and yeah, he didn't do any of that, so now running's looking better. He's got a much more valuable military. He's got 18 extra villagers, right? He's got 4 TCs versus 3 as well, so even if D3rp's on 3 TCs right now, assuming that he can keep all 3 TCs working, Run's gonna keep on getting a hidden villager count. Good defense for running. Yeah, from this point onwards, it really looks like just paperwork for running. I don't know if there's able to come back. You know, I guess if he's able to hold on long enough, he might get himself to the mid to late imp stage where things are gonna look a little bit better for the Ethiopians. But currently running as a player is looking much better. Like, his position is so much stronger. There we are. Yeah, he should be able to get away with this, I think. The crosses are there. Well, there's... Okay, he's gonna be able to keep this open at the very least. Let's bring in scouts. 220 APM. Oh. Oh dear. Immediately running turns around. Nope. Yeah, obviously you don't want to go with your monks up against freaking scouts, right? So he's going back. It's fine though, like he's okay. He ended up deleting some of the back walls over here, but he's got a castle coming up. He's got extra TCs. He should be able to defend himself by garrisoning the villagers, should be able to defend himself by getting the castle up. So it's unlikely there will be able to do too much damage on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side I'll still keep on trying to breach through. But it's rough. There you are, Imperial Age is on the way for running, as expected, significantly earlier compared to D3rp, and How much earlier? Well, you tell me. Take a look at the resources from D3rp and tell me what you see. It's not looking good. Not looking close at all. Nice raids coming in. And Ronnie's going for it, guys. He's going for Slack the privileges. Scale, bar, and armor is on the way. These tables he's getting pushed away from. The stable foundations over here are not the only stables he had. So he should still be able to keep on producing units. He's got 2 stables over here. He's going for another one on the back. And if he's able to bring a magnet or 2 over there to defend himself with, that should be very good still. Anyway, good unit control for D3rp. He's just trying to keep his distance to a minimum against the mangonel so that he can take the mangonel eventually, but he also needs to pay attention up in the north. And he's doing it for the time being, but he's gotta be careful. He's up against mangonels up in the north and then down south. We'll keep an eye on the HP of these units to see if he can end up taking the mangonel down. He's gotten the mangonel down in the south. He's got the crosses still alive over there. Cannot do much of anything because crosses are underneath the castle or to the south of the castle. And then up in the north over here is going to end up getting cleaned up. And it's not looking pretty for D3rp to speak of, you know? We're running now, going back to work and getting the stables up. He's just finished researching chain, bar, and armor as well. He's got 4 stables to produce from, and which lack the privilege is already finished researching. He's gonna start going for knights, and it'll be very, very hard for D3rp to stop this one. So see the conversions coming up, we see the knights coming out as well, and D3rp calls a GG. The moment he sees the knights coming out, he realizes what Run is up to and realizes there is no way back. So he calls a GG, and D3rp gets knocked out of the qualifiers whilst running. He will be the one moving on to the round 16 for the main event to face 1 of 8 invited players. Very, very strong KD for running in the end, better than 3-to-2 KD ratio, with the fact that he also managed to collect 5,600 or so extra resources. Means that his trades were always very cost effective. Besides that, proportionally speaking for what his economy was like, right? Besides that, we see a much higher worker count through the game for running as well, and whilst APM was significantly higher for Sebastian, oh my god, I'm thinking of Sebastian here for D3rp. Going up to 291 APM peak. It's... wow. It's a sight to behold, I'll tell you. But unfortunately, it didn't really matter too much, though. He couldn't do much of anything, so let's go.